I'm Shira Lazar. This has been an awesome show. So exciting. But before we continue with these wonderful YouTube stars, I'm actually going to make an announcement today. No, everyone's freaking out. No. Before we continue, What's Trending is actually going to be partnering with Samsung to help support the company's Hope for Children initiative. Now, Hope for Children and Samsung brings together public figures, organizations, nonprofits that all support children's health, education, and sustainability. So this is something near and dear to our hearts as well. We're going to be hosting the live stream from the Hope for Children Gala on June 4th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And I want to encourage everyone to support the cause and tweet at #Hope4children. Support the cause, and also you enter to win some prizes. Ooh. Which is always great. But this is something that we're really excited about, so we thought this would be a perfect time to make the announcement. So thank you. Yeah.
Yay, children.
Kids. And now let's continue with a segment about the future of online video, and we have some pioneers, leaders in the field. These are people that, you know, are making a brand, a living, a career on YouTube, and it's because this is a way of life for them. From the right, we have Grace Helbig of Daily Grace.
Yay! Thanks for having me.
Michael Buckley, What the Buck.
What the Buck.
And Hannah Hart of My Drunk Kitchen.
Hello, everybody.
So great to have all of you here because you are all New Yorkers. I know you're now in LA, but we're representing New York today.
I'm from Connecticut.
And he lives in Connecticut. And
I'm
really
in
Brooklyn. And Grace lives in Brooklyn.
This is where the show goes a bit off kilter. The crazy comes out. So, Michael, you are a veteran since 2006.
Yes.
Posting videos on YouTube. How have you seen it evolve over the years?
It's such a crazy question, and if you were interviewing me in 06, 08, a month ago, it changes so constantly. So I mean, the way YouTube has changed so fast and so much over the last 5 or 6 years since I just started is crazy. I remember when I was on a panel in 2008, I said, I make a living doing this, and the whole room like burst into applause, and they couldn't fathom that people were making a living and making money on the internet and all that stuff. And now there's thousands of people who are full-time, I haven't been drinking, YouTube partners and content creators who make a living being YouTube stars.
And I mean, you've gotten on your channel 350 million views, you have over 1 million subscribers. I mean, these are numbers that are better than cable networks. How powerful is that?
I don't know. Where's Oprah? I mean, I think the thing for all of us is, I mean, the numbers are important, but if you ask any YouTuber who's kind of at the top, they love doing it. I mean, that's the thing. You don't get to the top by, you know, every one of us loves our content, loves doing it. I mean, really, that's what it's about. That's the thing about traditional media is they love throwing numbers in your face and they love throwing dollar signs and all that stuff. But we just love making videos, and we're so lucky to be doing it. It's really that simple.
Yeah.
And everybody wants an answer. How did you do this? A to Z. It's complicated, but also simple.
Yeah.
In a nut. Hashtag in a nut. Save the children.
Grace, both you and Hannah are really great at just turning on your camera on your laptop and doing it.
Yeah.
Going there.
Doing it.
Improvising.
Doing it. Yeah. Making internet. Yep.
So is that still possible with all these premium channels coming out, and people, obviously, and us too, we're all about bringing a broadcast quality experience, but how do vloggers stand out in this field, and why do you think people are engaging with personalities in that way on YouTube?
I think it comes down to having like a very particular and specific point of view and a voice that evolves. That's something that people want to watch. You watch The Bachelorette because it's a very specific style of programming, and you watch Mad Men because it's a very specific style of programming. And so you watch vloggers for a very specific voice, tone, point of view, experience, opinion. And I think that's what people tune in for. It's personal. And
and you do one every day on your own. You're
every weekday, yes. Monday through Friday, I shoot, edit, and write all of my episodes. I improvise when I turn on a camera, and then I edit them into a thing.
Yeah, and Hannah, My Drunk Kitchen just kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It wasn't like you were looking towards this path on camera at all.
Nope. Yeah, I was a translator, and I made My Drunk Kitchen as a joke for a friend and put it up on her Facebook wall. And cut to 1 year later, I am now like a full-time, as Michael was saying, full-time YouTuber, and it's awesome. It's absolutely changed my life.
So any surprises, or how did that evolve?
This entire experience.
Meaning Deepak Chopra.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, how does that evolve for you, that experience? Is it still that raw, do you just still go in your kitchen and do it, or now are there higher expectations?
Yeah, I think the expectations are higher, but I try, basically, my logic is that the reason that people liked it, I would assume, was because it was like a natural, like authentic experience. And so that's something that no matter and which is actually why I've avoided taking it to traditional, because it's not a traditional style of show. Like, it wouldn't work. I would, in meetings, people would be like, well, you can't actually get drunk. And I'm like, well, we can't actually do this show. That's a lie. I'm not gonna.
It's not apple juice.
It's not apple juice. No, I shot with Daily Grace last night. So that'll be the new episode.
It's not apple juice.
It's not apple juice. It's mostly improvised. I mean, I like to make a lot of puns. So if I'm walking down the street and I'm like, oh, that'll be a funny pun. Maybe I should make a quesadilla. I'll do that. But yeah, I guess your question is, how has it evolved? It went from whoops to no, I'm very proud of my content and I stand by it,
Does it get overwhelming? Because now I feel like the big thing is, oh, you're a YouTuber, what can you do? Can traditional media, can you be on our show? What is that like right now? Describe the landscape right now and how you're all dealing with it.
I think traditional scrambling. I think that they absolutely are trying to figure out how to break into the digital game. You made that joke about Oprah just now, but I'm like, damn, Oprah, if you did a daily Oprah, it could be Oprah a slow pan just to her being like, love yourself today. And everyone would be like, oh, I want to watch it every morning.
I would subscribe instantly.
Instantly. So, and then Oprah starts this huge network called OWN, and it's not doing well, and the shows aren't doing that well. It's it really would have been smart for Oprah to go off her show and just create a digital empire.
Yeah.
I consider Hart and all these brands to be not just channels or shows, but they're networks. I'm going to run multiple shows. I'm going to put all my energy into it, and then see where it goes from there.
Right, because honestly, the thing about Oprah coming on OWN is it's kind of like that on YouTube, whereas if you're a popular YouTuber and suddenly you spin off to a different format or a different area, it looked like Oprah went off the air and left us all. And then suddenly, a couple months into OWN not working, she started tweeting and really getting into social media. If Oprah had started vlogging or making a YouTube channel or really investing with her audience, that's the most important thing as a YouTube personality, is you really have to be invested with your audience constantly and engage with them. And something we were talking about earlier about being too slick and too professional, it's your audience wants you to be professional and slick, but they also want you to still have that kind of homespun quality. I remember Jenna Marbles, who's the most popular female YouTuber, her camera upgraded one day, and her program seemed a little slicker, and the comments were, no, they missed.
Too slick.
Change is hard.
And then suddenly the next video, she kind of dimmed the light again, and it looked a little more, I mean, people do that all the time. Your audience sees what they want you to,
Your audience is so strong and dedicated because they feel like they're in your house with you, hanging out with you. The difference between old media and new media is that it's a way more personal form of media. And because of that, the brand that you're building is an intimate brand with the people that are watching, and it makes them more dedicated and more eager to consume your content.
That's all absolutely true, and it's also the risk you run though is recently I cut my hair, and it's
how dare you?
I know, but a lot of YouTubers that I know, hashtag asshole, a lot of YouTubers that I know are terrified to change their looks. Huge YouTubers with massive numbers are like, well, I really want to cut my hair, but I can't.
Well, that becomes almost like traditional, where you're
right, and I'm like, no, you can cut your hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. You shouldn't be afraid of that because it's it turns out we're real people, and this is a real experience, and we're really being honest.
Oh, with that said, you are real people, but now there are these premium channels with Hollywood coming in. So where do you see that fitting into the YouTube landscape and the future of that?
It's funny just because I thought when I was starting in 06, 07, everybody thought, well, you must want to be on TV, and I just fell in love with being on the internet. So now it's funny that now they all want to be on the internet, and Jay-Z and Sofia Vergara and Heidi Klum want YouTube channels because they have these premium channels. So it's crazy. Even the conversation about new media, traditional media, no offense to you asking the question, is a little boring and a little 2006 because it is 2012.
I want to start some controversy.
No, I'm just saying it's not the future. It's not the future.
What is the future?
This is it. I'm saying there's no. I mean, look at the TV shows with the hashtags and the social media engagement. That's what they're looking for.
What about Google TV? And I mean, people are saying, as old as this conversation is, it is a YouTube version.
I didn't mean to insult your conversation,
I love
but you know,
like,
I'm out of here.
Teresa Judice this.
we're friends. It's okay.
You engaged 19 times? Real Housewives of New Jersey in the house.
But what
Half these people are like, shut the queer guy up. Let the drunk girl talk.
Hello. So, but what about Google TV then? Like, what about all these new things that we're trying to do and the convergence? And is it just about every screen? Or, I mean, we're still having these conversations because people are still trying to figure out business models.
I mean, America is kind of still a little bit behind in terms of like mobile stuff, because I know a lot like, you know, people watch a lot of their content like on their mobile devices, and that's where like that's where they exclusively go to it. I mean, it's hard to say. To be honest, like I spend my time making things, so I don't really watch that many things. So I wouldn't want to speak to where I think the future's going. I just think it's going to integrate more and more and more. And yeah, I think Buck's right. This is it. We're getting there. Yeah. We're always looking ahead, always looking ahead. And I'm like, guys, come on. Like, people are just catching up.
Like it. So where are we going to see all of you in a year from now?
That's the fun thing, is I don't think any of us could have predicted that this is where we would be right now. Yeah. And I know for myself personally, because I went to college, I have a degree, surprisingly and shockingly enough. I wanted to be a
college.
Yeah, what? College? Oh my God, Obama took all my money. And I wanted to be a screenwriter, and now I make YouTube videos. So a year from now, who knows what's gonna happen? I really
upgraded cameras.
Yeah, I might get a different camera. I'll probably get another hard drive. I might get a haircut at some point.
I might get a haircut.
Yeah. Whoa,
That's the future.
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah, I know.
But I think with the premium channels, I mean, YouTube, Google is putting a lot of money into all these premium channels. And often, if you do not have one of these premium channels, they are hiring us to promote these premium channels.
Which is so awkward.
You're like, you might as well just give me all the money.
Well, yeah, it's kind of silly, isn't it? To like be like, oh, you know what we should do? We should make YouTube channels. And I'm like, hello, sorry, you have lots of YouTube channels.
Yeah.
You know, why don't you just
They want you to make lots of channels. I mean, YouTube always is like, so what else you want to do? I'm like, I can barely do what I'm doing.
Well, yeah, how do you, Leslie, how do you balance this all out? Because it's a lot of work. Is it sustainable to do what all of you
It's
are?
very difficult. I mean, most people who were my contemporaries have started production companies and have staff of 6, 11. Yeah. I am still in Connecticut by myself doing everything. It's exhausting. It's physically debilitating. But it's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle.
True.
Other YouTubers chose business. I chose lifestyle. My joy, my happiness, my daily life was much more important than being internet famous or anything like that. I'm just having so much fun and enjoying every day. Sorry, boring answer.
This panel is so gay right now.
I don't have much to offer in terms of, but I'm a happy person. Hug.
Grace, how do you sustain?
You just keep well, that's the thing. It's easy
just
to sustain.
don't
Yeah, you just repress all of the other emotions you have about wanting to stop ever. You just, well, the greatest thing about it is that we all started because it was a hobby or something that we enjoyed doing. So it's easy to sustain something that you find pleasure in. But it's not a traditional 9-to-5 workday. You know, I'm up every night uploading a video, and but I'm not up at 9 o'clock in the morning, but I'm up till like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning uploading.
I emailed you at 6 a.m. because I was up at 5 editing. Like,
it's definitely non-traditional.
Well, I want to thank all of you for bringing us your untraditional insights today on the future of video.
This is new tradition.
Not tradition.
We're new tradition.
Grace Helbig, Michael Buckley, Hannah Hart. I also want to thank our other special guests, Alexis Ohanian, David Karp, Deepak Chopra, all of you for stopping by offline today. Thank you, guys. Give yourselves a round of applause. And all of you for tuning in online. I'm Shira Lazar. Once again, we're online all the time at whatstrending.com and on Twitter at whatstrending. Thank you so much for an amazing year and to many more years to come. We'll see you soon. Thank you, guys.
Cheers.